YouTube, how is it going? So we have found ourselves upon the most exciting time in football. It is time for the NFL playoffs, which is by far the best playoffs around. I mean, there's nothing better than one game eliminations. I love other sports playoffs, but the best of fives and the sevens, it just gets a little old and monotonous. I like one game, everything's on the line. Let's see what happens. The best team comes out, and the best team continues on, and the loser unfortunately goes home. But let's jump right into it. Today we're going to discuss my predictions about what is going to happen in the playoffs and who's going to advance, who's going to beat who we're going to see in the Super Bowl, and who will be Super Bowl 51 champion. So let's hop right into it. So first, we're going to start with the NFC playoff picture. All right. In the first matchup, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Now, I feel like this one is going to be a little easy. Seattle is the better team. They've done this before. They've been in the playoffs. Russell Wilson knows how to get to the Super Bowl. So I don't really see Detroit posing too much of an issue for Seattle. So we are going to see Seattle move on in that matchup. Next, probably the best matchup of the wild card weekend. It's probably going to be the Packers and the Giants. Both quarterbacks, very, very experienced. Both know how to get to the Super Bowl, obviously. I think it's going to be a good game, but I believe Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. So I see the Packers moving on over the Giants rather easily, actually. And we're going to hop right into it. We're going to go straight in through the entire NFC playoff picture, through the divisional, the conference, and into the Super Bowl. So if the Packers do beat Seattle's going to beat the Lions. So the winner of the Packers and the Giants is going to be matched up against the Cowboys. Now, I feel that the Cowboys are obviously a really, really good team. They don't turn the ball over. They run the ball very, very well. The defense is above average. I don't think they're as great as their record shows, and I think they could be easily knocked off. But for some reason, I don't believe in the Packers defense enough, so I do see the Cowboys beating the Packers and moving on to the conference championship. And that would bring us to Atlanta versus Seattle. That's a tough one, man. Atlanta and Seattle. I really, really, really like the Falcons offense. It's insanely good. They're doing it with two good running backs. I mean, Julio, a couple under the radar receivers. Seattle's really good though. They've been struggling as of late. Struggled against San Fran in Week 17. They haven't really impressed them this year. So give me Atlanta beating Seattle in the divisional round, and they're going to be heading to the conference championship to face the Cowboys. So there we're going to have the Falcons and the Cowboys. Like I said, I don't really believe in the Cowboys as much as the record shows. So I'm actually going to pick the upset, and I'm going to go with Atlanta representing the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. I believe their offense is legit. I think this is the year that Matt Ryan actually gets it together and shows that he's a competent quarterback, and he could make his first Super Bowl experience. Excuse me. So yeah, give me the Atlanta Falcons representing the NFC in Super Bowl 51. But let's hop into the AFC playoff picture. This one's a little easier. I mean, if you look at the bottom three teams that squeaked into the playoffs, it's really not that impressive. You have the Raiders, the Texans, and the Dolphins. Dolphins started Matt Miller quarterback, I believe. I don't think Ryan Tannehill is going to be back in time for this. Then you have the Texans, who the hell knows who they're going to start. You got Brock Osweiler and Tom Savage. I ultimately think they'll go with Osweiler. And then the Raiders, unfortunately, I really wanted to see them go deep this year. It's a tragedy, essentially, that Derek Carr had to go and break the fibula. But I ultimately see Matt McGloin starting in that game. I think he'll be back in time. I don't really think he's that good, honestly. I think that the Raiders would have a better chance if they actually rolled with Connor Cook, give him a full week of preparation and see what he can do. But honestly, I don't see that happening. But let's hop right into that game first. Texans-Raiders, it's going to be an ugly game to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. Two good defensive teams, two teams that really aren't impressive offensively, especially because the Raiders did lose their quarterback. Had they not lost their quarterback, they're probably not even playing this weekend. They're probably getting a first-round bye. But since things do happen and they are playing, I actually am going to predict the Houston Texans beating the Oakland Raiders in the wild card round and advancing. The next matchup's pretty easy. Steelers versus Dolphins. I like the Steelers a lot. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. Their defense is a little unhealthy right now, but it's the Dolphins. Let's be real here. Steelers are going to roll them in the first round, and they're going to move on to the divisional round. And unfortunately, I didn't make mention of it, but the winner of the Texans Raiders game gets to go and play the Patriots because I don't see the Dolphins upsetting the Steelers. So it didn't really matter who won that game anyway. Patriots are going to roll either the Texans or the Raiders, no problem. That team is probably one of the best Patriots teams we've seen in a while. Defense is playing great. Tom Brady has a ton of weapons. They actually have a really good running game with LeGarrette Blount. Dude's been running out of his mind lately. I don't know how many touchdowns he finished the year with, but it was absolutely insane. So now that you have like an offensive balance for the Patriots, good Lord, help your soul if you have to try to game plan against Tom Brady and company and that. So in the divisional round, I'm going to see the Patriots steamroll the Texans, no problem. And then probably a really good game is going to be the Steelers versus the Chiefs. And so Pittsburgh is going to be going into Arrowhead. It's going to be a really tough game. I'm really impressed with Kansas City and what they've been able to do lately. Their defense is coming on. Since they managed to get a first round bye, Justin Houston's going to have another full week to get healthy. And I don't want to see the Chiefs play without a fully healthy Justin Houston. So it's going to be exciting to see that. Ultimately, I like the Steelers. I think they're too good. I mean, it's Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell has been coming on so tough lately, man. Good luck trying to stop him. I really do like what the Chiefs are doing. I'm excited for them, but I just don't think they have enough. I mean, Spencer Ware is good. Alex Smith is above average. I don't know. For some reason, I'm feeling the Steelers. A Steelers-Patriots matchup in the conference championship. And it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. But ultimately, I don't think the Steelers have enough. I can't see the Patriots choking. When you have Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, one of the best coaches in my lifetime. I don't really know about entire NFL history, but he's probably the best coach I've seen in my lifetime. He's got all these weapons. He's not losing, guys. It's sad to say, but you're going to see the Patriots beat the Steelers in the AFC Conference Championship, and it's going to be the Falcons versus the Patriots in Super Bowl 51. It's going to be a great game. I would actually really enjoy watching this matchup just because I like watching good offenses in the Super Bowl. I'm not much of a defensive kind of person. I mean, sometimes they're fun to watch, but not always. I'd rather, watch a high-scoring affair where two teams are moving the ball, no problem. And ultimately, as much as it pains me to say it, I think the Patriots do end up winning Super Bowl 51. I'm a Bills fan at heart, and I cannot wait for the day that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick retire. So, I mean, we don't have to worry about them winning the East year after year after year. And thankfully, it's 2017. Tom Brady's like 40-something. That day is approaching us, but I don't really see anybody stopping him this year. Barring any major injuries, I think the Patriots coast pretty well into another Super Bowl, and this could cap an illustrious Tom Brady career. I mean, I don't see him retiring after this if he does win, but it's near the end, like I said. Thankfully, but if you guys have any opinions on my take on what's going to happen in the playoffs, definitely leave it in the comment section below. Always like to read that kind of stuff. If you disagree with me, tell me where I went wrong. Tell me where you think things are going to change up. I'm always interested in seeing that kind of thing. If you don't follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is SCOD, 4 E's, of course. And tomorrow's video, we are going to be talking, well, actually, we're probably going to be ranking the head coaching vacancies and which one is probably where you want to be if you're a potential coach. So stay tuned for that. I'll be definitely creating that video later. I want to give a couple more hours for the teams to fire their coaches, if they are, of course. And definitely feel free to check that out. But I want to thank you guys so very, very much for watching this video. If you really liked it, hit it with a thumbs up. Definitely encourages me to keep going. Hope you guys have a great remainder of your day. Thank you for watching.